Alright, what's going on everyone? We are continuing to explore old standard decks in the Explorer format to see how viable they are. And today's an interesting one. So if you saw my last video, I did Simic Flash. And my main concern with that deck was it was a standard deck with not a lot of new cards to add. And not only is that also true with this deck, but also it's weaker because one of the cards is banned. It had Walking Ballista in the original deck, and well, that's banned in this format. So, it's not even on Arena, but even if it was, it's banned in Pioneer. So, this might actually just be worse than the original standard deck. But if you're not familiar with this, the idea is Winding Constrictor. This is what we're built around. It's a 2-mana 2/3, head of the curve. That's nice. And then whenever we get any kind of counter, we get an additional one. So if we get a +1/+1 counter, we get 2. If we get an energy counter, we get 2. We have things that distribute +1/+1 counters like Rishkar. I have 2 different ones. I don't feel like crafting. Whatever, it worked. We got 4 of them. But we got Rishkar, puts 2 +1/+1 counters on 2 different targets. And that's important because we want to spread them to get extra value out of Winding Constrictor. Also get Verdurous Gearhulk, distributes 4 +1/+1 counters. That's pretty good because each one is going to get an extra one, so it can put up to 8 counters. And remember that Winding Constrictor is not legendary, so if we have 2 of these and we play a Verdurous Gearhulk, we could potentially get 8 counters plus the 4 power, so that's 12 power for 5 mana, which is pretty good. We also get energy cards. We get things like Long Tusk Cub, so when it deals combat, we get 2 energy, but we'll get 3 with Winding Constrictor. Then we can pay 2 energy to put a +1/+1 counter on it, and we'll get 2 counters because of Winding Constrictor. See what's going on here? We get Bristling Hydra. When it enters, we get 3 energy, 4 with Winding Constrictor, and then we can pay 3, give it a +1/+1 counter, or 2. It'll also gain hexproof, so it's good against removal. So this deck is capable of being very, very fast. So like, for example, Winding Constrictor, if we play this on turn 2, then follow it up with a Rishkar, we can put the counters on each creature, right? 1 on Constrictor, 1 on Rishkar. So the Winding Constrictor will be a 4/5 and Rishkar will be a 4/4 on turn 3. And that's the sort of stuff this deck can do. Is it just puts out tons of power, tons of counters. It's interesting. I'm not hopeful, but I'm interested. I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued if this is playable. I'm also not sure if we should be playing 3 Verdurous Gearhulks. Did I get another one? Verdurous. I don't have 2. I kind of want to replace this. We're gonna do this right now. Gonna do it right now. We're playing 3 of these. There we go. Alright, we will try this. See how it goes. This is fine. Look at these sleeves. Holy crap, they're freaking colorful. God, they're so bright. Play this. So if we draw like a... Okay, we draw an Ether Hub, we play this first. We do not. I guess we play Winding Constrictor. I could play this or another Winding Constrictor, hold up Snakeskin Veil. They could have burn spells, I'm not sure. This is looking like the sacrifice deck. Yeah, there's black. Can you kill my Winding Constrictor? It can. Alright, fair enough. Get me for 1. Draw a land. Guess we play Winding Constrictor, hold up Snakeskin Veil. Then play Grakmo next turn. It'll get an extra counter, so that seems pretty good. Yeah, we do this. We get 2 counters instead of 1. So it's a 4/5. Has hexproof. Great. Verdurous Gearhulk, that's pretty cool. Let's do this first main phase just in case this dies. I do want to attack with it. So get a 4/4. Attack for 4. Would love to draw a land for Verdurous Gearhulk. That'd be pretty cool. We don't have the full 4 creatures, because if you have 4 creatures, you put 1 counter on each creature, and then you get 2. 2 each. With 3, you have to put 2 counters on 1 creature. So we lose a little bit of value, technically, but like, it's fine. It's not a big deal. Cauldron Familiar, okay. I need Trample. We don't draw a land, but we do get this, which kind of works. We'll get a land. The client is so freezy, man. It's so annoying. Like, every card I play, everything's just freezing. It's a constant problem now. I'm gonna play this. Just attack for 8. Great. Opponent goes to 8, and we'll pass. So we can activate this, get 2 counters, make it a 4/4. Mayhem Devil is pretty good. Cauldron Familiar is pretty good. No Witch's Oven though. Drain for 1. Opponent sacrifices that. Deals 1 to me. Drain 1. I'll activate this, make it a 4/4. Another land. So play this. Put a counter on everything. So we get tons of counters. Now this is what I'm talking about. This is what this deck does. This is what we did in Standard. I had this deck, this was a Challenger deck. It was the Counter Surge deck. It's the deck that I bought when I played in Paper. So we get 4 now. We have 4 energy because we got we had 1, we got 3. So now we can activate this twice. Make it a 10/10. But yeah, I played this in Paper and Standard, and it was a lot of fun. It seems to be holding up well against this deck. Only Coat Anvil is fine. And the only danger right now is them like comboing off in a weird way, but they don't have anything. They have no cards. And we have a 6/6 Trampler, so that's good. We will definitely kill the Mayhem Devil. Sure, sacrifice. Deal a damage. Yep, get a token. Hit me for 1. Drain for 1. Sacrifice another one. Yep. That's fine. My turn, and opponent concedes. Well, we won a game with it, and we won a game against a Tier 1 deck. That is the Rakdos Sacrifice deck. One of the best decks in the format. You know, it's up there. It's in the Tier 1 realm. So that's pretty good. That's promising. Alright. We have Winding Constrictor and Rishkar and Longtusk Cup. This seems pretty great. This is what we're doing. This is fine. We can probably play that tapped, right? Yeah. I mean, it's fine. We would have had a forest or mountain or a swamp. So I guess we're going to play Winding Constrictor here. Does it get countered? Are we playing against control? It looks like it. Yeah. No. Okay, good. Cool. So we play Winding Constrictor. Next turn we get Rishkar, get counters on both of them. Have a ton of power. If this lives, I'm expecting it to die. Ooh, great. That's a good thing. Thoughtseize. That could take Rishkar. I would say it probably takes Rishkar. Yeah, that's reasonable. We can hold up Snakeskin Veil though, so that's good. We'll play this. Play this. Attack for 2. Yeah, so we would have had a 4/5 and a 4/4 if they hadn't made me discard Rishkar. But now we have Snakeskin Veil up. It's going to put 2 counters on when we play it. And I'm going to hold this up permanently. And there's another one. I'm going to play this on green. Gonna play this. This could get countered. This might be Assault coming. This might be like Dimir Rogues or something. I don't know what's going on. I mean, it's control, of course. Consider a Thoughtseize. This is probably Assault coming. Feeling like control. This land's kind of cool. Memory Deluge. That's fine. Well, we're going to hit pretty hard this turn. We'll do counter. Attack for 8. Nice. Opponent goes to 8. Get to 3 energy. And hold up this protection spell. This counter spell. Sort of counter spell. I was going to say, is this a Doomscar? No, they're not in white. Fatal Push. Well, we will do this. They have lots of mana up, though. Probably a counter spell on my Snakeskin Veil is what I would expect. Saw it coming. So while Winding Constrictor is still in play, I want to activate this to get the extra counter. So we'll activate this. We'll get 2 counters. They have a Fatal Push for that. Alright. Fair enough. So Winding Constrictor dies. That is another land. That is too many lands. But we will attack for 2. When it goes to 6. And now we're feeling pretty bad. They have too many cards. I'm flooded. A little bit flooded. I guess a Verdurous Gearhawk off top, if they tap out, wins. They do tap out, but I'm dead. Or my thing's dead. Another land. Well, that's a big rip, isn't it? So I think we lose to Flood here, unfortunately. I mean, we're doing okay. We got him down to 6. And a 6-skin Veil doesn't do anything. I don't have a lot of spells in this deck, but I've drawn them all. Drawn the majority of them. Alright, we probably concede here. We'll wait one more turn, see what we draw. But it's feeling like a loss at this point. And I was worried this deck was not going to be good enough. It almost felt good enough. We were close. If we had drawn like another creature instead of all these lands, might have been okay. Yeah, we've drawn 7 lands, 7 non-lands. 50-50 isn't great. And that's more land. Alright, that's a... We'll just give it... That's fine. There's no way we can recover with that many cards in their hand. It's really bad. Really bad. It's all counter spells and removal. So we'll move on. Alright, we'll try this one. Why does this look so blurry? It looks like it's been stretched. No Winding Constrictor, but we got all the energy cards. This is very Kaladesh looking. I mean, literally, it's all Kaladesh stuff. We'll try this. I don't know if this is good. Seems kind of bad. Oh, well, hey. We found Winding Constrictor. So that's pretty cool. Look at this fancy land. Is this animated? Yes, it is. Fancy animated sleeves. I don't know why I always gotta play with the animated sleeves when people have animated sleeves. Alright, we will play this on black, I guess. We want green. We have a lot of green. We don't need double black. Play this on green. Play Long Tusk Cub. Sure. Now, if I draw an energy source, then I messed up again. But whatever. Bone Crusher Giant, that's fine. So now it doesn't matter. Nothing matters. Opponent's playing Grixis, so that's interesting. We'll play this on black. We will play Winding Constrictor. Eat 4 damage here, most likely, and hope to draw a land. Draw a land. That's a good thing. If we don't draw a land, well, that's a bad thing. Gonna draw a land though, right? Yep, take this 4. Yep. Go to 16. And then just draw this land right here. It's right here on top. Just gonna draw it. Gonna draw it really quick. That's not... Oh my god, it's another 4-drop. Well, we can kill this. Take 2. They don't have blue sources open. I know it's an instant, but I'm doing it now anyway because, you know, I'm a rebel. You know, it's how I am. But opponent goes to 18. Fatal Push. That card specifically always lags. It's something with the animation or something. I don't know. Yeah, this is like a Grixis mid-range type of thing. That's kind of cool. Alrighty. Well, yeah, it's a Grixis mid-range deck. That's interesting. Well, we found a land, kind of. We'll play this. Probably gonna get a forest. For a Scavenging Ooze. Play this. Tap this for black. Play this. Activate. Get rid of the Bone Crusher Giant. Gain a life and get a counter. Great. I did that on my turn, so they can't use Blood Tithe Harvester. Because this can sacrifice to give -2/-2. So I wanted this to be a 3/3 before this could be sacrificed. And it doesn't matter, because it's dead. But we have 4 mana now, so we can play these Bristling Hydras. And that's good. Gonna take 5 though. Go to 8. Go to 7. This is looking pretty bad. Yep. Land. I can make a really big creature. I don't think it's worth it. I think we do this. Get 3 energy. Go to 5. So this has hexproof when I activate it. It can be activated at instant speed, so we wait until the opponent tries to remove it, and then we activate to give hexproof. Sure. So I can't block that. It has menace, right? It does not have menace. Well, sure, I have to block it. So I'm going to block. Make it a 5/4 and see if there's a removal spell. There's not. Well, that's cool. Fable, sure. Winding it. Oh, I've had one more land. And I could play this, but I think the hexproof is pretty important. I mean, they both block a creature either way. I'm not playing offensively here. I'm trying to survive, so a blocker is a blocker. And these dodge removal with the hexproof. Yep. I'm dead here if they attack all out, though. I just hope they're not paying attention. Sure. Still dead no matter what. Yeah. Fair. We'll put a counter here. Do this, and then die. Proceed to die. This was a failure of a deck. This did not perform well. Not good. 0 out of 10. Alright, that was green-black Constrictor, or green-black energy, and it lived up to my low expectations of being not very good. I think Winding Constrictor is good enough for Explorer, and I think this deck is perfectly capable of doing some great things. Like, Winding Constrictor into Rishkar feels amazing. Verdurous Gearhulk with Winding Constrictor in play feels pretty good. I think the weakness of the deck is really just the energy aspects. Long Tusk Cub, it's really powerful. We saw how big it could get really quick, but it just dies to removal like so easily. Bristling Hydra is a little bit better because of the hexproof, but it just feels a little bit weak compared to what other people are doing, especially at the 4-drop slot. So I think if I was going to go forward with this, and I do think there's some potential for this deck, I think I would probably abandon the energy stuff, Long Tusk Cub, Bristling Hydra, probably attune with Ether, and focus more on like a Gugari counters deck. I think Winding Constrictor, Scavenging Ooze, Grak Maul, even though we didn't see it much, Rishkar and Verdurous Gearhulk are all actually playable. They all felt pretty good. But this energy stuff, Bristling Hydra also felt okay, but Long Tusk Cub in particular felt a little weak, and the deck overall just felt too vulnerable to removal. But I think there is some potential with Winding Constrictor. I think Winding Constrictor is good enough for Explorer. It's a 2-mana 2/3 that doubles counters. I think that's pretty good. It's just finding the right deck for it, and I don't think this one is living up to the Explorer format, especially since it's basically a watered-down, weakened version of the standard deck without Walking Ballista, like I mentioned in the intro. So there you go, guys. That's green-black Constrictor. Definitely worth pursuing and experimenting with, maybe, but this build that you see on screen is a little bit not exceptional, but there you go. That's what we're doing. We're exploring the Explorer format, and that does mean sometimes we're gonna have some duds, and this one feels a little bit underpowered, but maybe worth experimenting more with in the future. So yeah, there you go. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.